Hi, my name is Arshpal Singh, and I have Karan Mehta in this Zoom meeting. So we are going to discuss on the final video of the subject name user interactive, and this is the video in which we are going to discuss the report which we were asked to made by the professor. So our group was the fifth group, and now we are going to discuss about the whole journey regarding this course, how and what were tasks in the group, and on which project we were like making an application. What was the application? So initially, every student made a presentation on his or her idea. In the application, I made on gym I made a gym app, and some made a parking app, and many made, like, there were a variety of ideas. Everyone presented his or her idea through presentation, and then it was on the professor who choose some of the good ideas from the presentation, and we were having a freedom to go in whichever group we want. So we went into the group of hair salon, like making a project on hair salon, and Arshpal Singh, Karan Mehta, Ashmeet, and Arshdeep Singh. So we were all in one group, and a group was namely known as the fifth group. So we made the present we decided to further make an application on hair salon app. And firstly, in the very initial stage, we were not like very confident that we'll be able to do good in this course. But as soon as the professor taught us about the course, and he gave us different instructions regarding how to do, what to do, so we came quite confident, and we started building our app. So in the very initial stage, we were taught about the different planes of user experience which are used to make an application. So there were different planes. Every team member in a group decided to work on the different plane, and we built an application of hair salon. Now I want Karan to take the take the video forward and tell us about the main focus of the application that we built.
Hello guys, so the main focus of the application was to allow the customers to book the different services at separate cost, whatever they want, like the different stylists, different this was our sole focus for the application, that customer can avail different services while sitting at home and they're at their ease. And they could select different stylists, services related to gender, for kids, for or booking appointments. So our applications help us select different stylists, removing uncertainty while choosing a haircut, and providing doorstep services.
Now I would like to take the the report forward, and I would like to discuss some of the insight that we figured out while working on the project. So initially, like working in a team, it was quite difficult for us to accomplish the given task, because like we as a team member had to work on each and every aspect, and we have to take care of the each small part of the design, because if you see it truly, then it will look you that the work is very easy and we can do it on our own. A single person can even do it. But when you go dive deep into the deep into making the different pages on Figma, you come to know that there are very small things that we have to work upon to take the project and the application like the design of the application to perfection. So like there were many different problems that we faced while making the project. One such problem which I want to discuss with you is the menu bar. So in the menu bar, like in every page, in the initial stage, we just made the project, like it was a total, like you can say, a prototype, just a prototype without any design or any of the feature on it. So on every single page, the images used in the menu were of different sizes. So during the test which we conducted user test user when we conducted the usability test, So like many of the users figured out that it seems very frustrating that they were not able to like differentiate between the apps, as because the sizes of on every page of the menu bar, items on the menu bar were different. So it was a major concern for us. We worked on it afterwards as a team. And one more example which I want to discuss about is, like, we were just copy pasting, like we were just searching the designs from internet, and we were using that ideas to accomplish on different pages of the application we were building on Figma. But as professor was taking a class, he was reviewing the different pages we made in a prototype application. So there was one checkout page in which we used a split check option. So like after watching that, professor was mad at us, like you should take care of these things, because split check is something which is used in restaurants, but not in hair salon app. So we worked on this kind of mistakes as a team, and like then we were able to make a good project.
So after building the structure, we started working on the UI of the application. So in this, as per the usability test conducted, the users pointed out that there was the color structure and of the hierarchy was the color structure was not very good. It was not very promising. So we started working on those. We changed the color alignments, the hierarchy of the structure. The top colors were yeah, different. Like the user's attention should be directed where we want it to be. So then we changed the color fonts, and we made them bigger, and we changed the color combination to purple, white, and black, so that it can it can look, and we can derive users attention to it. So in this way we also aligned the text or our navigations buttons centrally, so that it would look more promising.
So now we would like to talk about the lesson learned during the whole course while making of a project application. So the very first thing that we learned was working in a teams. Like in the previous semester, in almost every course which we were learning, we were like working individually in assignment. But this was the first course in a second semester in which we were divided into different team for the rest of the semester in the course, and we were like had to work in the teams. And it was very unique experience, because it was like a real experience for us, that how we'll uh, uh, work in different types of companies in the future, and we have to deal with team members, different types of team members. So like every scenario was almost the same. And moreover, the professor has like planned the assignment in such a way, so it was not a cup of tea for just a single person to complete within time. So everyone has to divide the work within the team, and everyone has to take individual responsibility for some part of the assignment. And everyone just wanted to complete it on time. And moreover, one very important thing which we learned as a part of the team was time management, because in each and every class we were learning something new. So it was very like important for us to manage our time properly, because we not only were because we were not only like taking care of small things, but every single thing which we were not taking care of was not it was difficult to cope up with it in the future. So like we learned time management and teamwork on large extent. And we did our best as a team member. For, for example, in the very beginning, in the initial stage, professor taught us about Figma, and like it was a little you can say Figma tutorial. And one of our team member just thought that it was just Figma is just for the single assignment in our course, and he was not paying that much attention. But as soon as we progressed in the course, so everything was almost related to Figma, and hasn't practiced that much, so he was facing a bit difficulty. But as we were part of the team, so like we decided to help him. We were like making different team meetings every like once or twice in a week, to just help him how to work with Figma and how to do stuff on Figma, how to make different pages. So he was able to cope up with the course just because of teamwork, and he like managed his time properly, and practice adequate practice made him to able to contribute in the group equally.
So moreover, we learned quite a few things in the progress as we progressed in this course. Some of them were we understand as we conducted the usability test and user survey, we came to know that there are some existing flaws in our applications which certainly need to be rectified. And as the user suggested, we did them accordingly. So the example to them can be we enlarge the font size and also change the font style so that they look earlier they were too small and not too stylish. They were not too shabby, so we changed them to and we enlarged them, also changed the font style. Also, one of our users suggested that we should work on our menu bar to make it look more promising and organized. Earlier the content was not as much organized as it should have been, but like some key and also some navigational button were not functional. They seem to be functional, but when the user clicked them, they were not functional at all. So it kind of frustrated the user too. Some of our users, quite a few of our users mentioned in this in our usability test that either we need to work on our functionality of those buttons, or we need to make them appear like which one of them are functional and which one of them are not. So they could distinguish between them. So as they suggested, we chose to add functionality to each and every button. We created a new page for settings button settings section. We created a gallery page, so when the user clicked on the camera button, it should redirect him to the camera, not instead of the filter. It should direct him to the camera first, then the filter should be displayed, and then the rating page. Mm. So we also learned many hard skills as we progressed in this course. First of them was first of all it was PowerPoint. We actually had all of us usually had a good experience in working in PowerPoints. Like we were able to make slides, but we didn't have experience to finish them up in time in a specific amount of time. As we progressed in this course, we were taught how to finish presentations in a specific amount of time, like 30 minutes or an hour to finish a presentation, and then present on it turn by turn. As in every class we had in class presentations. Then also we learned about Figma, making wireframes, designing wireframes by hand and drawing the wireframes by hand, and then designing the frame using Figma as a building a prototype. And we also learned about using Google Forms or designing user maps when we conducted usability testing. We also conducted user survey using Google Forms, and we also designed a user map to conduct to trace the journey of our prototype, how it went and from the beginning and how it's going on. So
So now we would like to talk about the additional recommendation that were given to us by the users. So the very first thing which I want to talk about was the virtual board, because the response in the user survey about virtual board was quite impressive, because everyone wanted it, just because in case if they do not understand the working of the application, the feature of virtual board was always there to like store up most frequently asked questions from by the customer sides, and provide them a little bit knowledge for like about how to use the app. And the very second thing and the second thing which I want to talk about was the reward program, which like we asked the users in the user survey about the reward program. So it was basically just to attract the users, so that they can use the app more frequently, and they can use that rewards and coins, you can say, in such a way so that like in less amount of money they can get more services, avail more services, and get the use of the app. And so this was the two things which like the response of which was very high from the customer side, like we can say the user side. So this was the report from our side which me and Karan explained about. Now Arshdeep and Ashmeet will take you forward and they'll explain about the presentation and working of our application.
And the comparison of the initial and revised wireframes will be done by them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good morning, Professor. We, the students of Group 5, are presenting this presentation. The group members are Arshdeep Singh, Ashmeet Kohli, Karan Mehta, and Arshpal Singh. So, the state concept behind our presentation is that we worked on an online appointment booking for saloon based application. The target user audience for our application was all the users who go to saloon for haircut and want to reserve their place in the saloon from anywhere. The persona of our application is name Mr. Hank White. His age is 40. His gender is he's a male. Occupation college professor. Hobbies teaching. Mr. Hank White is a school professor who specializes in teaching chemistry to high school students. He lives with his wife and 2 kids in an apartment in Brampton, Ontario. Hank is an extra precautionary when the matter is about the safety of his family. In this pandemic time, he has really been a challenge for everyone to get saloon services since everyone was locked down at home. The need for everyone to get their saloon-based services increased, and when the lockdown lifted, there was enormous rush at all the saloons in his area. To ensure the safety for the family, Hank would like to be able to use an application or website that allows him to book saloon parlor-based appointments to avoid being in the queue at the saloon. Moreover, he didn't like the platform to allow him to book doorstep service for his kids to avoid them from stepping out in this pandemic. So our app would help him as we provide doorstep services. Next is the comparisons with other applications. So first is book appointment that is available. This feature is available in all the saloons. Second, rescheduling appointment. Rescheduling appointment is available in our app and in one more other app. View nearby saloon is available in all the apps that we compared and in our apps except the Frisha app. Provide feedback is available in each and every app. Get feedback on rewards is available only in our app. Obtain haircut from famous personality is also only available in our app. Before and after haircut is available in our app with another app. Provide the necessary time need to use various services is available in our app and Frisha app. Appointment reminders and cancellations are sent by email. This feature is available in all apps except this app. Advance payment option is available in all other apps except this app. Next is the findings from user survey that we did. So the top ranked features were before and after haircut feature, because in this feature we have segregated the men and women section. We provided different sort of pictures so that the customer can select. The people really like this. Second is appointment cancellation feature. because everyone is busy in their life, so somehow sometimes they didn't get time and they want to cancel and reschedule their appointment. So we have this feature. Third is time required for service. This feature is top ranked because it saved the customer time, the waiting time, and even they arrange the time accordingly. Last is the saving payment details. It saved their time as they don't need to again and again fill the information. The lowest ranked feature was using device location for maps for searching of maps. Second, split check and tipping option was least ranked feature. Features not considered were the Redeem rewards or cashback feature and virtual boot feature.
Thank you, Ashmeet Kaur, for the explanation. Now it's my turn to explain the remaining slides. So, what went well in the while doing the user testing? Everything was great. Each and every interviewer gives his honest review according to our Figma app, and it was very exciting because we went in the college and take interviews from the other students. It was a very good experience as well. And what didn't go well? Actually, everything was very fine. We made a very simplistic app. I don't think so. This will create any difficulties, and we also get the reviews, good reviews from the users. So that's also, boost our confidence with reference to this app. Also, third point is positive feedback. Actually, the users, the interviewee loved each and everything because we just make it keep the things simple as there are other apps so that they will get everything very easily if they want to book anything, so they will find everything very easily. But the interviewee, so from most of the interviewee say that they liked the segregated men and women hairstyle, and second one was that the saving card information, they love it because they don't have to waste time by adding the giving the information. And the third point is they love the feature that we provide, that they can get the doorstep services from our app. So as there was positive feedback, here is the negative feedback. First of all, the time, these are the slides which was not there in the application, and actually the buttons doesn't work because we haven't add any Figma slide, and but we improved this thing in the app now in the current Figma app. And the second one is checkout page and payment method. Size of frame doesn't match the other frames. This was happened because there was misconception between my teammates because someone selected the iPhone 11th frame and someone selected the iPhone 13th frame. But we sorted it out and we fixed these errors in the current Figma frames. So me and my teammates, nothing find so much surprising while user testing, but we are happy that the interviewees during the user testing, they appreciate our efforts and the hard work we uh, give during the designing of this Figma frame, and we get the fruitful result uh, as people appreciate this Figma design. So this is our user journey app. So these were the two slides before the user testing. but after getting the reviews from the interviewees, we add a cancellation page and also add a reschedule appointment page. Users also give a review that there should be a frame frame which will come when we press create a new account. When the user will create press on this button, that then this frame will be open and they can just entering their personal details and they can create an account, and when they press this button it will comes back to this page. So what are the lessons we learned? First of all, teamwork. Okay, so it is very important. I don't think so that without teamwork we were able to create this amazing wireframe, and I am really want to thank my teammates. So what are the hard skills we learn? First one is Figma, which is which I love it because we can create website designs in it. Second is PowerPoint, because this is very important because we have to create a day-to-day presentations in the future. We will have to. So it was a very good practice because we have to design, we have to present presentation in every lecture. So this improves our hard skill in the PowerPoint. So we have to create in this in a limited time using Google Forms, making wireframes in the Figma, and another one is making user journey map. Okay, so while designing the website, we need to work with on different planes like strategy, surface, scope, structure, skeleton, etc. As I mentioned earlier that we have to create a presentation in every lecture in a limited span of time, which help us in developing our time management skill. So what we do during that limited time, we just divide the work in the team bits, and slowly this quality developed, and now we just make presentation in a minimal amount of time. So thank you, and this is our presentation.